A social media follower calls animal control on Kim Zolciak-Biermann.
We'll tell you what led the reality star to vow she'll stop posting about her dogs.
Will there be a Big Little Lies Season 2?
Nicole Kidman gives an update on the hit HBO series.
And Modern Family star Eric Stonestreet was once a security guard for Garth Brooks.
It's true. Wait until you see Stonestreet's epic full circle moment with Garth.
Instead of doing a half marathon, what I'm gonna do is do a half marathon twice. I'm gonna do the half marathon, but I'm gonna add another half to it.
Kevin Hart's hilarious announcement that he's running the New York City Marathon will get you motivated.
Or at least make you smile.
The dream of the late 90s is alive. MTV announces the revival of its hit show, TRL.
Plus, Scott Foley getting real about life on the set of the final season of Scandal and life at home with his kids.
Yesterday, my 2-year-old pooped at the dinner table. It was fresh. I picked him up, ran him to the bathroom. It was exciting because once he got in the bathtub, he started drinking the poop water.
Good morning. Full revelations from Scott Foley today. Can't wait for more on that. Happy Monday. Facebook Live and People.com. Welcome to People Now. Lots to get to today, including the big news that Total Request Live, a.k.a. TRL, will be making a comeback this October. We're very excited. The hit MTV show returning to the small screen. So it got us all thinking, what's your favorite 90s song? And honestly, it sparked like this whole trip down memory lane for us listening to old music. We love it. We want to know your answer in the comments below. Your favorite 90s song. Let us know. But first, here's what you need to know and what's trending today. Kim Zolciak-Biermann is fighting back after someone reported that she was not taking care of her pets. The Don't Be Tardy star shared a series of videos on Snapchat explaining her story while focusing on a business card of an employee of the Lifeline Animal Project at Fulton County Animal Services, saying in the post, quote, apparently somebody thought it would be really cute to call the Animal Control Center on my dogs today and say that they were not being taken care of. I am utterly effing disgusted and appalled by the person that did this. Zolciak-Biermann continued by saying that her dogs are treated very well, pointing out that she recently spent $3,000 to take care of rescue puppies. Due to the incident, the reality star said she would, quote, no longer be sharing any part of my dogs and their life on my social media, end quote. In April, Zolciak-Biermann's 4-year-old son, Cash, had a terrifying incident with a dog that sent him to the hospital and put him in danger of losing sight in his left eye. Now, since the encounter, Kim and her husband, Khloe, have slowly been reintroducing their 6 kids, Cash in particular, to more dogs to help them get over any fear of animals that they might have developed after that attack. Reps for Zolciak-Biermann did not respond to a request for comment, and the Lifeline Animal Project employee who visited her home could not be reached. Guys, now we move on to this. If you were hoping for a follow-up to the phenomenal first season run of Big Little Lies, well, you may be waiting a while. Entertainment Tonight reports that at the Summer Television Critics Association press tour on Saturday, Big Little Lies star Nicole Kidman told a handful of reporters, quote, there's an abundance of ideas, and if we can wrestle them into a script form, then yes. But right now, it's very up in the air, unfortunately. But that's just what it is. And even though things are up in the air right now, Kidman still hopes to make it happen shortly after being nominated for an Emmy for her turn on Big Little Lies. Kidman told Entertainment Weekly the Emmy love, quote, it inches us closer to a second season. She went on to say, but so much of it is trying to stay true to the characters and their voices. If we can do it, then it will be done. I believe their stories warrant it, and I don't want to abandon them. We don't want to sell them short either, but I'm hoping we can find it if we take the leap. Fingers crossed that they make it happen. Lots of people loving that show and definitely hope for more. But now moving on to this. Actor Eric Stonestreet had an epic full circle moment over the weekend. The Modern Family star sharing some vintage throwback photos of himself working with country legend Garth Brooks back in 1995. In a cheeky caption, Stonestreet explains that he was once a security guard for a Garth concert in Manhattan, Kansas, and that this past weekend he finally got to say, "You're welcome" to Garth for keeping him safe that night and basically giving him the wonderful career he's had thus far. That's according to Eric. The actor and his crew attended a Garth Brooks concert at the Forum in Los Angeles on Friday, where the country star posed for a pic with Stonestreet and signed those throwback photos, saying, quote, "Here's 2 circles." You gotta love that story. Now we move on to this. MTV banking on nostalgia with the announcement of the return of one of its most iconic shows. That's right, as we mentioned, Total Request Live, which ran on the network from 1998 to 2008, is returning this October. Sadly, original host Carson Daly not appearing on the show. Instead, the new series will have a rotation of hosts. TRL was a fixture of the late 90s and early 2000s at a time when artists such as Destiny's Child, Britney Spears, Backstreet Boys, Christina Aguilera, Eminem, NSYNC, Blink-182, Korn, Limp Bizkit, we could go on and on. they ruled the airwaves. Well, the show featured the day's most requested videos, which viewers voted on by phone or online. Very excited for that comeback.
Very, very exciting. So let's check in with Facebook Live. Because of that announcement that TRL is coming back, we wanted to know your favorite 90s song. Dana says, TRL takes me back to high school, OMG.
It's going to be very hard not to sing these. Edward says, my favorite 90s song is Toni Braxton, Unbreak My Heart.
Okay.
Unbreak. Okay,
Nice.
that's
Kelly
it.
says, this is how we do it, which I think she means, this is how we do it. This is how we do it. It is hard not to sing
It's so good. Shannon says too many to choose, just one. All right, Shannon, we're on
Come
board
on,
with you there.
yep, just pick one.
But commit,
Come
Shannon.
on, commit.
Guys, we're going to get to more of your comments soon. Let us know your favorite 90s songs. But first, Andrea Boehlke taking us on a little trip to Greece in
Yes,
Star Trek.
Jeremy, we are kicking off Star Trek with the one and only Kris Jenner and her beautiful Grecian vacation. Kris Jenner is certainly living her best life while vacationing on a yacht in Greece. The Kardashian matriarch, who recently enjoyed the south of France with boyfriend Corey Gamble, kept fans up to date on her hot summer vacay, showing off some relaxing and stylish forms of travel. Besides yachting, the 61-year-old reality star also enjoyed speedboating with a few famous friends, including legendary designer Tommy Hilfiger. Jenner posted this shot of her crew, writing, "Love you, Greece," adding the hashtags World Tour, My Squad, Blessed, and Love. Of course, these edit pics come right after Jenner's daughter, Khloe Kardashian, shared a very steamy shot of her mama's fit physique, captioning this sexy snap, Kris Jenner looking like a snack. I see you, mommy. Hashtag 6 kids and bad. We say keep the pics coming, Kris. All right, now moving on from one hot mama to the next. Talk about friendly exes. Jennifer Lopez, who was married to Marc Anthony for 7 years before they split in 2011, posted a sweet pic of her ex on Instagram following the death of his mother. The shot had Marc Anthony cuddled up to his 6 children, the former couple's 9-year-old twins, Max and Emmy, as well as Marc's kids from his previous relationships. J.Lo captioned the pic by saying, "Just what the doctor ordered, surrounded by love." She continued the caption in Spanish, saying, "You rest in peace, Ginny. We'll miss you." And that wasn't all J.Lo posted over the weekend. The pop star shared this cute video of her and boyfriend Alex Rodriguez cruising around with their top down, singing along to some old school beats. And Lopez definitely loves her hashtags, posting 16 of them with the video, including hot boyfriend and summertime fun. And if that wasn't enough from our favorite couple, J.Lo posted a cute moment with the retired baseball pro, her twins, and A-Rod's daughters, captioning the shot, this with a heart emoji. All right, now take a look at this.
Instead of doing a half marathon, what I'm gonna do is do a half marathon twice. I'm gonna do the half marathon, but I'm gonna add another half to it.
That's Kevin Hart officially announcing that he is running the New York City Marathon. Hart posted the hilarious video to Instagram about his plans to run the big race on November 5th, saying he was inspired by long-distance runner and Olympic gold medalist Eliud Kipchoge. Hart says after witnessing Kipchoge running the full marathon in 2 hours and 25 seconds, that type of greatness inspired him to do his own. He added, "I got little legs, but a big heart." Well, you go, Kevin. We'll definitely be watching in November. All right, who says NFL training camp can't be a family affair? Seattle Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson posted some sweet shots of his family after wife Sierra and stepson Future came to visit him over the weekend. Wilson, who recently ran a kids' football camp in China, was all smiles during the adorable visit, writing on Instagram, "Every day I do it for you all. I thank Jesus and I'm forever grateful for my loving family. Hashtag year 6 in the NFL." The couple, who tied the knot back in 2016, also welcomed their first daughter together in April. We cannot wait to see more pics of the happy family. And those are your Star Treks for today.
All right, guys, stay with us. Spoiler alert, we've got a Game of Thrones star opening up about the very surprising end to last night's episode. Scott Foley is opening up about scandal ahead of the hit ABC show's final season. Stick around for that.
This is King Cutie in People. His Royal Highness Prince George Alexander Louis of Cambridge. These are George's parents, George's home, his Nana, the Queen, and his staff of 644 Englishmen. This is George's dog Lupo, who inspired his favorite book, The Adventures of the Royal Dog Lupo, one George will share now that he's a big brother. People. The details make the story. Don't miss this week's People.
Obviously, I believe in love, and I do think you have to be in love, but you also have to choose wisely. So that's what I tell my kids all the time, like, they call him Daddy J, and we've been married for almost 10 years. I always say Daddy J and I are so much alike. We think alike, we have the same political views, religious views, just views on child rearing. So if you choose wisely, someone that you really jive with, then you're not gonna disagree all the time. It's pretty simple. Our biggest secret is that I'm not a fighter. I don't like to fight. You know, I think you should handle your spouse the way you would handle a friend or a coworker. You have to be polite and kind. At the end of the day, you've got to be life partners for a very long time. So you should choose somebody that, like, I don't really think opposites attract.
That's country superstar Sara Evans revealing the secret to her successful 10-year marriage with former quarterback Jay Barker. Sara, whose new album Words has been climbing the country charts, also opening up about her friendship with Christie Knows Best star Todd Chrisley, revealing he's not as goofy off camera as you might think. Watch.
Well, you know, he's really crazy on his show. His big, huge, like, flamboyant personality, and he's always acting like he's just pissed and so mad at his kids.
Grayson, you're not drinking that soda.
Sorry.
You're not drinking.
He's actually really a great father and really loves his family and works really, really hard to support his family. And he cares about them very much. So, you know, he's a lot more serious, I think, in real life when it comes to his business and again, what he wants for his family in their future. But we were texting last night.
Okay.
He's saying how much he loves the album, and he said Savannah and I are gonna make a Facebook Live video, or we're gonna post a video that says, even though Sarah didn't let me sing on this album, I still think it's the best one she's ever done. And I wrote him back and I said, or I was singing something like, the fact that I did not sing on this album is what makes it so great.
I hope that it won't be me, but I have a feeling I may be one of the most emotional people. I don't think there's going to be a dry eye in the house, so I wouldn't put that on anybody. I think we'll all be as equally heartbroken and grateful as each other.
Well, don't worry, Scott. I'm sure you won't be the only one getting emotional for Scandal's final farewell season. I know us gladiators are very sad to see it go, but we'll always have the memories, right? Well, here's what Scott said his favorite Scandal moment was. Take a look.
I think it was the beginning of season 3 or season 4. Olivia and Jake were on an island together, and Carrie and I got to go down to the Bahamas, just the two of us and a small crew, no other cast members, and we spent 2.5, 3 days shooting these amazing scenes in the Bahamas. And because Scandal was at the time really popular and we didn't want the storyline to get out, Disney flew us on a private jet down there. It was a really amazing experience, and it's something that I will never forget.
Private jet, not too shabby, of course. When the actor isn't helping Washington, D.C.'s top fixer, he has another role as dad. The father of 3 gave us an insight into what a normal night is in the Foley house. Take a look.
We have 3 kids. There's always something fresh and exciting happening in my relationship. For example, yesterday, my 2-year-old pooped at the dinner table. It was fresh. I picked him up, ran him to the bathroom. It was exciting because once he got in the bathtub, he started drinking the poop water. So that was exciting. I mean, fresh and exciting, I guess it depends on your definition of that. But for us, that was fresh and exciting. It was something new.
Hilarious. Definitely seems like a very exciting night. All right, moving on to this, you guys. Former Glee star and Hollywood game night host Jane Lynch is taking on a much different role in her latest project. She's playing former Attorney General Janet Reno in Discovery's Manhunt Unabomber. And when Jane just stopped by the People Now studios, she opened up about what drew her to the role of Reno. Take a look.
Well, I've been a fan of Janet Reno's. In fact, she passed away shortly before we began work on this. She's an amazing person who was in a really difficult time. She had 5 or 6 different cases on her desk, you know, the Unabomber just being one of them, Waco and whatnot. And she, you know, she was very honest. She made some mistakes and she always apologized for them. And in this case with the Unabomber, she took a real chance. You know, the FBI wanted to do this risky thing, and we really get into the what happened behind the scenes with these wonderful FBI agents who took the risk of publishing a terrorist's manifesto in a newspaper in order for somebody to hopefully recognize the style of the writing, and indeed it happened, but they took a big risk in doing that.
Well, I just want to make certain that you're aware of the consequences here. What happened at Waco, my decisions there will haunt me for the rest of my natural life. And I can say from experience that everything's different when the camera's pointed at you.
Yeah. But I'd rather respect the man I see in the mirror than the man I see on TV.
Okay. Let's do it. You have the full support of the DOJ.
And I am really impressed with her and the way she handled herself and the integrity and independence in which she operated, and you know, in stark contrast to what's going on today, I think.
Well,
Yeah, I think of her often these days and go, how would Janet Reno have dealt with this? And I think it would be a completely different thing.
People may or may not know your husband, Michael Gelman, executive produces Live with Kelly and Ryan.
And now Ryan.
And now Ryan. Kelly has been on the show forever. Her and her husband, Mark, obviously, have kind of, their family has grown up while being on the show, you and your husband. Do you remember things as parents that you guys have sort of gone through together?
I mean, Kelly and I were pregnant with Lola and Jamie at the exact same time, and Lola and Jamie remain good friends to this day, which is great. But when I told her years and years ago when I was, oh, guess what? I got picked to be the class mom. She's like, why would you do that? Just say no. And I'm like, no, I'm excited. It was like I won something. And then, 5 years later, you're like, oh.
You were right.
You were right.
Yeah. So taking the warning, that's Lori Gelman, who drew on her experiences as a class mom to write her new novel, appropriately titled Class Mom. The hilarious book is out August 1st. It's our Toyota People Pick of the Day. You'll never believe what inspired her to write the book. Take a look at what she told me.
When I got fired from being the class mom. that was kind of an aha moment. I was
like, this is worth noting.
This is a job. How do you get fired from a job you volunteer for?
Right.
That must have been really bad. But, I wrote these very acerbic emails to my real class, and they can all attest to it. They all, the book is primed on these emails that I sent out. And it was all good until it wasn't. All it takes is one person to be a little bit offended or upset, and they go to the class, the PTA, and you're done.
Yeah, everything needs to be very sterile, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That's the rule for any class parent. Just keep it real sterile.
I would literally write them, and then Michael, I would look at them, my husband Michael would look at them, and he'd be like, you're not sending that, are you? And I'm like, absolutely I'm sending that.
This is funny.
This is funny, and if you don't get it, I'm sorry.
All right, let's check in with Facebook Live one more time. In honor of TRL's return, we wanted to know what your favorite 90s song was. A lot of answers here. Melissa says all of Mariah Carey's songs with 3 butterfly emojis. Lishana says favorite 90s song, anything from Salt and Peppa. It's really good. I saw them in Lollapalooza one time. It was really amazing. Monica says Baby, Baby, Baby by TLC. Yolanda says I Will Always Love You by Whitney Houston. And I'm not going to do it. Jimmy says Baby, Baby, Baby by Amy Grant. And Shannon has come up with an answer. She says, Ice, Ice, Baby. I could sing that song all day, every day. Very good choice, Shannon. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. And for all the answers for these your songs, be sure to tune in again tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time. We'll be sitting down with Real Housewives of Orange County star Shannon Bedore, who is opening up about her weight struggles. Plus, the men are telling all on tonight's Bachelorette. We'll be recapping all the drama live on tomorrow's People Now. Thanks again for watching. And now, if you haven't watched last night's Game of Thrones yet, turn this off right now. Seriously, don't watch a second further, because we are ending today's show with a big spoiler alert, so consider yourself warned. All right, if you're still watching, we've got a big treat for you. We're ending the show with Game of Thrones star Nikolaj Coster-Waldau talking about that final scene from last night's episode. Enjoy.
It's a great scene. It was truly an honor to be there, because she's given so much to the show. The character is just amazing, and of course she is wonderful, and she's so smart and so clever, and she's just a brilliant actress. And the scene was really good. I mean, they've written a beautiful scene, so I was very lucky to be there. First of all, what happens in that episode, it's such a great surprise that suddenly they go there, and then, the Lannisters actually, they were smarter than Tyrion, which was really cool. And then it's just a great scene.
Where you've been able to kind of celebrate a character's death and
Just
celebrate it.
That's so dark.
It's really dark.
Yeah. You're out of work, my friend. I'm a fellow actor. You're unemployed.
You have celebratory like send-off dinners to be like, we love you, sorry we're not here anymore?
No.
Okay.
No. Have I just not been invited? Maybe I don't think I've been invited to any of them. Have you been?
Yeah, been to a few.
Okay.
But no, but it's not. No, I haven't. To be honest, I haven't had any of those. There hasn't been any like emotional farewell.
Oh, I felt very crushed by Michelle Fairley and by Charles Dance leaving. I was really, and I hated Finn Jones leaving and Natalie Dormer, and there were lots of, there's a lot of...
Everyone's going to take a moment.
And,
she only has a few minutes.
And